Everybody. Well, it's that time again. Or everybody's gonna be. Well, most of you probably did the Black Friday shopping and stuff like that. Start getting ready for Christmas, and some of us have got snow. Others of us, if you're like in Louisiana and Arkansas and other places, your weather does not want to make up its mind what it wants to do, and so forth. I wanted to share with you guys, it's been a little while, what was about some of our traveling. And there is a prayer request in here as well, mixed up in all this that I want to share with you. Um, First, we went, I can't remember exactly what week it was, but it was shortly before Thanksgiving. We went to Mountain View and just kind of relaxed, didn't do a whole lot of anything. Um, but Cheyenne did get sick for a good few hours. Um, I had just gotten laid down and finally back to sleep after having heartburn myself. And then about 3 o'clock or so that morning, um, Cheyenne wakes up throwing up. Uh, and I want to say about noon or a little after noon, she got where she was finally able to hold things down and she was feeling better. And Denver got sick again afterwards. Um, and we went and saw Jimmy Driftwood, and it was pretty good. Um, they played gospel music that night, so um, we had a pretty good time. I still kind of feel like it was a waste of money, but Kirk enjoyed just getting away, getting out of the house, and just relaxing and stuff. And then for Thanksgiving, we just got back. Saturday, we got back from my grandmother's. And that was interesting. Um, it was more like the Thanksgivings I remembered. All the family getting together and having a big dinner and a variety of our favorite foods and things like that. Not everybody showed up. It was mostly just me, Kirk, and Cheyenne. My mom, my stepdad, and my two nieces. My sister had work, and then my grandparents, who are naturally their health is not as good as what it used to be when I was a kid. So, uh, mom and grandmother mostly did most all of the cooking. I would have gotten there and helped, but let me tell you guys, the temperature had rose in more ways than one. It was an itty bitty house, so Kirk and I had brought our motor home, so we'd have extra places somewhere to sleep. Um, it's a little 4-room house. It's really tiny. Just good enough for them, but entertaining wise, it's a bit of a struggle. Um, in that little bitty house, we were kept really nice and warm because of them using, the oven and all of that. And we had to run fans and everything. The first couple of days was really nice outside too, so that was nice for the kids going out and play and everything, but for us in the house it was very warm. Um, and mom had maybe a couple hours sleep the night before, so yeah, temperatures rose literally and figuratively. Um, and in that little bitty kitchen, it was hard enough getting around. So basically, my way of helping was entertaining the kids, um, mostly with later in the evening. Though I did, since I brought my computer and I brought some movies and stuff to play on the computer, since it has a program for that, and so on. Um, but just, when they couldn't reach something, they're like, Danielle, can you get me this? Danielle, can you get me that? Times I got frustrated, those when I had two people. Okay, one person's trying to talk to me or ask me to do something, and I had someone else doing the same thing, and they're both getting mad because I'm not giving them my undivided attention. It was really crazy. Um, and then the men had the TV up. Three of us are trying to talk. Kids are running in and out. and nobody can really hear each other, or it was crazy, but not a whole lot different than what I remember. Still had a great time visiting with everybody, but then Friday night, I got sick, and Saturday. But it was really neat though, because and what I mean by the weather being really weird, not making up its mind. Um, my sister had informed us that over here in Little Rock had not been that different, because like I said, we had 2 nice days, really beautifully warm, just a little cool breeze. Um, and then Friday night we started to get some frost. You could see just a little bit glistening on the dry leaves that had fallen. And then Saturday morning we woke up. There was a nice white frost on uh, at least some of the yard out there at my grandmother's and Aunt Inez's and them's place, and on my mom's car. But the temperatures had rose right back up again, so within minutes it was already melting. So temperatures here and there have not helped with the sinus cold that I've had. It did get worse Saturday, and I'm still struggling with it. I am so tired. My nose is so dry from like constantly blowing my nose. My face is breaking out. I'm just like really miserable. And my prayer that I'm asking for from you guys, we got another trip coming up that I personally am extremely looking forward to. Great time visiting with family, but Kirk and I have never really had a date per se. And we've even had some of the elders at our church tell us, that um, even after you're married and stuff, that it's really important to still date. And besides my mom, we really haven't had a babysitter since back when we used to go bowling and stuff. We had a couple that used to babysit Cheyenne for us. We realized it was too difficult to try to take Cheyenne bowling and stuff. And especially when one place closed and the other one wants to charge by the hour. So yeah, it got a little expensive too. But over time, they ended up having 2 twins of their own and so forth. So it just felt like a lot to ask for them when they were trying to have their own children and their own child at the time. And very emotional time for them because they were having a hard time with that. So we just quit asking them. It just felt like it didn't feel right to ask them. And so Kirk and I just really never have had any time to ourselves. Well, we're going to go with a few other adults, my in-laws, and my in-laws like mom and pop, and some other adults that we know. And we're going to go to Branson and watch a few of the Christmas shows over there. 3 of them. That's all we can afford. Mom and Pop, I think, are even paying for one of them for all of us as a Christmas present. And Kirk doesn't have to drive either. That's the part he's looking forward to. I think Pop is going to drive, and we're all going to go in one vehicle. So, since we're not taking Cheyenne, she's going to spend time with her grandmother. And she'd babysit for us, but she helps my sister out a lot with her kids while she's working. So, this is really a treat that I'm looking forward to. But I'm hoping that this cold, that I'd be over it to be able to not only enjoy the trip, but to get caught up on the housework and things and the packing or repacking, I should say. It's just a few days before we go, December 3rd, and I still got to get Cheyenne to from school and things like that, and my body is just feels so run down and stuffy and miserable, and I need y'all's prayers that I will feel better enough to get caught up on what I have to do and enjoy the trip this coming